Welcome to RaWMachines, where we uncover the fascinating manufacturing processes behind remarkable products from around the world. Today, we're taking you inside Banks Hardwoods, a family-owned sawmill in Michigan, USA, to explore how they produce some of the finest hardwood lumber in the industry. How has a family-run sawmill earned a reputation in the global market? And what goes into producing every high-quality hardwood board? Let's find out with RaWMachines. The journey of every board begins long before it reaches the mill. It starts deep within the hardwood forests that stretch across the eastern United States. From the rugged Appalachian Mountains to the vast woodlands of the Midwest, a temperate climate and abundant rainfall have allowed these broadleaf forests to mature over decades. Once every preparation is complete, the quiet of the forest gradually gives way to the sound of modern logging machinery. A Ponce harvester moves steadily into position. Its hydraulic harvesting head clamps firmly around the trunk, while the saw at its base completes the cut in just a matter of seconds.
Aye.
But felling the tree is only the beginning. As the trunk reaches the ground, the delimbing knives travel smoothly along its length, stripping away every branch in a single continuous pass. At the same time, onboard length measuring sensors continuously feed data to the control computer, calculating the optimal cutting points. Every crosscut is carefully planned to maximize the recovery of valuable commercial timber. As the final tree settles to the forest floor, silence returns. But this is not the end of the forest story. It is the beginning of a new journey. The logs are then transported to a staging yard at the edge of the forest. Here, each log is carefully sorted by species, length, and diameter, making inventory management and loading far more efficient. Next, a forwarder uses its hydraulic crane to lift each log onto the trailer. Every movement is carried out with precision to distribute the load evenly, ensuring the vehicle remains stable and safe throughout the journey. But getting the timber out of the forest has never been easy. Steep slopes, slippery terrain, and muddy roads after heavy rain present constant challenges for the operator. Even a small mistake can cause the vehicle to lose traction, slide downhill, or send logs tumbling from the trailer. The driver must carefully manage the load, speed, and balance of the vehicle to ensure that dozens of tons of timber reach the mill safely. After hours on the road, the convoy finally rolls into Banks Hardwoods in White Pigeon, Michigan. Established back in 1985 as a family-run business, Banks Hardwoods has grown into one of the most trusted and reputable hardwood suppliers in the United States. Even though the mill today runs on state-of-the-art production lines and cutting-edge technology, its core philosophy remains completely unchanged. Quality everything, quality must be present in every single step, from the very first log passing through the gates to the final bundle shipped out to the world. The very first phase at Banks Hardwoods begins with log sorting. Grading experts thoroughly inspect each log, checking the species, diameter, length, straightness of the trunk, color, and heartwood quality. Based on these strict criteria, every single log is sorted into specific commercial value groups. Logs boasting beautiful grain patterns and near-flawless structures are immediately set aside for the premium veneer market. The vast majority of the remaining timber is funneled into the main sawmilling lines to be processed into high-grade commercial lumber. Even the logs heavily marked with knots or defects are never wasted. Instead, they are redirected to pallet manufacturing plants or other industrial applications. Before any material leaves the receiving yard, all data is logged into the central management system. This allows Banks Hardwoods to maintain absolute control over the value, origin, and downstream processing direction of every single log. From the outdoor log yard, the massive timbers are slowly fed into the sawmill by heavy forklifts to undergo the critical debarking process. This outer bark carries dirt, sand, and countless tiny pebbles picked up from the forest floor. If left on during the milling stage, these abrasive particles would rapidly dull the saw blades, ruin cutting precision, and directly cripple the operational efficiency of the entire mill. Meanwhile, in another corner of the facility, a rarely seen but absolutely vital team is hard at work, the saw filers. Surrounded by the sharp scent of steel, lubricants, and mechanical hums, these technicians meticulously inspect blades that stretch for meters. They pull the massive bandsaws off the line to regrind the teeth, recalibrate tension, and ensure every single blade maintains near-perfect straightness. It is a highly technical discipline that demands the refined touch of a true artisan. Only with years of accumulated experience can they spot the microscopic warning signs: a hairline fracture, an abnormal vibration, or a single tooth misaligned by a fraction of a degree. After being cleaned, each log enters a three-dimensional scanning system. A network of lasers and sensors rapidly scans the entire surface, capturing its diameter, curvature, shape, and natural defects. Within seconds, the computer simulates dozens of different cutting patterns, selecting the one that delivers the highest economic value. Once the calculations are complete, the log moves to the primary bandsaw. With remarkable precision, the massive blade glides through the log, gradually transforming its natural round shape into a squared timber, the foundation for every machining process that follows. From there, the squared timber is fed into a resaw. Thin saw blades slice it into boards of uniform thickness. Because the blades have an extremely narrow kerf, far less wood is lost as sawdust, allowing more finished lumber to be recovered from the same log. Even the slabs trimmed from the outer edges of the log are not discarded. They are sent to a chipping system, where they are processed into wood chips for the paper and particle board industries. Meanwhile, boards with curved edges pass through an edger, which removes the irregular portions to produce standard-sized lumber. Virtually every part of the log is put to good use. Before leaving the saw line, each board passes through a trim saw, where cracks and other defective sections are cut away. The boards are trimmed to standard commercial lengths while leaving a small allowance for subsequent machining and finishing operations. In just a matter of minutes, a freshly harvested round log has been transformed into a stack of straight, uniform, high-value boards. But for Banks Hardwoods, this marks only the halfway point of the journey. Next, the boards move on to inspection and grading, a stage where the trained eyes and experience of skilled graders remain indispensable. Each board travels slowly along the conveyor. In just a matter of seconds, the graders evaluate its color, grain pattern, number of knots, cracks, warping, and other natural characteristics to determine its precise quality. At Banks Hardwoods, lumber is graded according to the standards established by the National Hardwood Lumber Association, NHLA. Premium grades FAS and Select, reserved for the finest, nearly flawless boards destined to become elegant dining tables, high-end cabinetry, or premium musical instruments. Common grades, number 1 and number 2. Common. While these boards contain more natural characteristics and defects, they still provide the strength and durability required for industrial applications and rustic furniture. To eliminate virtually all measurement errors, an automated sensor system operates alongside the graders, measuring the thickness, width, and length of every board. If any dimension falls outside the required specifications, the system immediately issues an alert, allowing the sawing department to make the necessary adjustments. Each board now has its own identity. Its species, grade, and dimensions have all been recorded. This information is printed on a label that defines its full commercial value, and the board is finally ready to leave the mill and begin its next chapter in homes, furniture, and buildings. At the final stage of the production line, the boards are sorted by species, dimensions, and quality grade. Workers carefully stack each board with remarkable precision, ensuring that every edge is perfectly aligned and the weight is evenly distributed. Once a full bundle has been assembled, it is tightly secured with steel straps to keep it stable throughout storage and transportation. From here, the lumber may be delivered to domestic furniture manufacturers or shipped through seaports to customers across Europe and Asia. Every bundle that leaves the mill carries the philosophy Banks Hardwoods has upheld for decades: quality everything. It is far more than a slogan. It is the result of hundreds of precise decisions, from selecting the right trees in the forest, optimizing every cut, and maintaining every saw blade to performing the final quality inspection. It is this unwavering commitment that transforms ordinary trees into premium hardwood products trusted by customers around the world. Leaving Banks Hardwoods, the journey of these boards is far from over. For many manufacturers, they are simply the starting material for products that will become part of people's lives for decades to come. So, how are they ultimately used in our everyday lives? Let's find out in the next chapter of our story. This is where the raw simplicity of a tree gives way to the craftsmanship and refinement of the products that shape our homes, our culture, and our daily lives. One, hardwood lumber in construction and furniture. At secondary manufacturing facilities, the lumber undergoes further drying until it reaches the standard moisture content. It is then planned, precision cut, and surface treated before entering the next stage of production. One by one, the boards are transformed into tabletops, cabinet doors, dining chairs, kitchen cabinets, and premium furniture found in homes around the world. What makes hardwood so highly valued is not just its durability. Every tree species possesses its own unique color and grain pattern, creating a natural beauty that no man-made material can truly replicate. As the years pass, the wood develops a rich natural patina, giving each piece its own character and story. Hardwood is also widely used in construction for flooring, staircases, doors, wall paneling, and other applications that demand exceptional wear resistance. With proper care, these installations can last for generations while retaining their original beauty. Two, in art and musical instrument making. Not every piece of wood is destined to become furniture. For luthiers, it's not just the appearance of the wood that matters. They also listen carefully to the way it resonates when gently tapped. Its internal structure determines how sound is transmitted and sustained, shaping the distinctive voice of a guitar, piano, or violin. It's remarkable to think that a tree which once stood quietly in the heart of a forest can, after a long journey through countless industrial machines, ultimately give rise to music that touches the deepest human emotions. Three, in global trade. Every day, hundreds of bundles of hardwood are loaded onto trucks, rail cars, and shipping containers, continuing their journey to destinations around the world. From Michigan, Banks Hardwoods products are shipped to manufacturers across North America, Europe, Asia, and many other markets, where they are transformed into countless products used in everyday life. Behind every shipment lies a carefully coordinated supply chain. It begins in the forest, continues through transportation networks, modern production facilities, and rigorous quality inspections, and finally reaches the global marketplace. Only when every link in this chain works seamlessly can a board arrive at the right place, at the right time, and meet the exact standards customers expect. Perhaps the greatest achievement is not how many boards can be cut from a single tree, but how people have learned to utilize almost every part of it. The finest lumber becomes premium furniture. Structural grade boards are used in construction. Even the remaining material is turned into wood chips for paper production or engineered wood products. Virtually no part of the tree goes to waste. That is the true significance of the modern hardwood industry. It is not simply about producing durable, beautiful products. It is about transforming one of nature's most valuable resources into lasting economic value, artistic expression, and everyday utility. Through the combination of advanced technology, skilled craftsmanship, and an unwavering commitment to quality. And so, we have reached the end of a long journey, one that began in the vast hardwood forests of America, where each tree grew silently for decades, or even centuries, before entering modern sawmills to undergo a meticulous process of milling, grading, and quality control, ultimately transforming into lumber that builds structures and creations worldwide. Looking back at this entire journey, perhaps the most impressive feat isn't the blazing speed of the production lines or the raw power of the massive machinery, but how humanity has learned to extract and utilize virtually every single fiber of each tree. Every cut is mathematically calculated to minimize waste. Every bandsaw blade is carefully maintained to ensure absolute precision. Every board is rigorously inspected to find its perfect purpose. Even the pieces that seem to hold no value find new life in downstream industries, creating a highly efficient and sustainable production cycle. Through this journey, we also come to understand that a modern sawmill is far more than just a place that turns logs into planks. It is a hub where cutting-edge technology, years of experience, and human dedication converge to generate the highest possible value. Behind every single bundle of lumber that leaves the facility is the coordinated effort of hundreds of individuals, dozens of advanced mechanical systems, and an unwavering philosophy that puts quality above all else. Perhaps that is the greatest achievement of the modern wood processing industry. It is not about conquering nature, but learning to walk alongside it with knowledge, technology, and responsibility. When every tree is respected and utilized to its absolute fullest potential, the value created stretches far beyond a mere finished product. It continues to live on in homes, historical structures, and masterpieces of art for generations to come. The next time you place your hand on an oak table, walk across a maple hardwood floor, or lose yourself in the melodies of a finely crafted guitar, you might see more than just a finished object. You will remember a decades-long journey that began with a single seed in the middle of a forest, was carried forward by the hands and minds of countless people, and was perfected by modern machinery with breathtaking precision. It is not just the journey of a tree, but a testament to how humans can honor what nature provides and transform it into enduring value that accompanies future generations. Thank you for watching until the very end. If you love these deep dives, please hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our upcoming stories. RaWMachines says goodbye, and we'll see you in the next one.